Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard. I am Penge and welcome back to Going Medieval, where last time we marvelled at Geekhampton's defences. There's a mighty wall now, there is a moat of sorts around the edge of the wall, and there's also these little nice turrety bits here up on the walls to give our archers a little bit of cover whilst they're up there. So it did look very good, it certainly did look very promising, but as it happens, there are a few little issues with the defences that I think we need to look at. So issue number one is that these little turrety bits here have been built in the wrong place. Lots of people in the comments pointed out that these are actually supposed to be hanging out over the edge of the walls. They're not supposed to be built kind of flush with the side of the walls as we have them built. They're kind of supposed to hang over the edge. I think if we go over here and have a look, so I was experimenting with this earlier. So there we go, limestone block merlons. That's what we're supposed to have. And they are supposed to go like, hang on a minute, can we make it work? They're supposed to go like that. So if we just put one in just to see what it looks like, they're supposed to go there, so they sort of hang over the edge of the wall. They're not supposed to be sitting on top of the wall. They're an extra bit of wall that sticks out, and then these support things here kind of go underneath and support the bit of extra wall you put on. So that would make more sense. That would make more sense given that there were these sort of support leg type things. So there we go. So we need to look at kind of revising this a little bit, because if we're going to build ourselves a mighty fortress, if we want Fortress Geekhampton, we want it done in the right way. So we'll try and look at that at some point. Also, the second issue, which I would say is probably the biggest issue, to be fair, is that there is a huge, great big hole in the wall over here at the back of the settlement. This bit here is just entirely undefended, and what with it being a great big hole in a wall, bad guys can get in. Of course, bad guys can come in, and yes, that's what they did last time out. In fact, we defeated them, and we have yet to pick up all their stuff. All the bad guys' sort of stuff and belongings is left lying around the ground. We'll go and grab that at some point soon. But yeah, that's a little bit of an issue as well. We do need to look at this. When we started over here, so got an extra bit of wall going on over here. So we'll try and connect that up as well. We'll try and sort of, fill this gap in here and secure the defences over here. So we do have a few bits and bobs to fix. There's a little bit for us to work on. Plus, there is a heat wave too. There's a heat wave going on right now. It's 10 o'clock in the morning and it's 35.7 degrees C, which is very uncomfortably warm. So that's why everybody is asleep. Everybody is currently having a lovely sleep because we've changed their kind of their schedule around a bit. So they sleep in the day when it's hot and then come out and work throughout nighttime when it's a bit cooler. I mean, I don't think it's cold. I still think it's quite warm and toasty across the night time and through to the morning, but it's certainly cooler than it is in the sort of, the heat of the day and such. So that's why everybody is asleep right now. However, we do need to actually look at something quite urgent because, yes, a lot of people pointed this out, and there is a little bit of a design flaw in adding this sort of nice sort of moat, ditch, gap, whatever it is, around the edge of the walls. So my initial idea was that if there is a big gap here, people can't just run up to the walls and then start, trying to knock them down with, hammers or whatever. There's a nice big gap. Bit of security, bit of safety, all very good. So we dug out a lovely big sort of, big moat, if you like. I mean, does a moat have to have water? I don't know. A ditch. We'll call it a ditch. I think calling it a moat might make it be a little bit more glamorous than it is. But yeah, we've dug out a hole around the edge of the walls, and that's all fine. There's a bit there. There's a little bit over here. There's certainly a huge bit going on over there. It's all very good. It's very, very good indeed. However, we also dug out a little bit over here. Now, if we zoom in, can you see the problem? Because right down there, there's the food dungeon. So what we've done is, we've dug a hole into the top of the food dungeon, which is not a good thing, because the whole point of the food dungeon is that it's, nice and underground and secure and away from everything else and away from the heat of the day. So hang on a second. If we go down here now, what level is it on? Is it on 6, the food dungeon? Whereabouts is the food dungeon? There we go. So how hot is it down in the food dungeon right now? It's currently, how hot is that? Hang on. Can we see how hot that is? That is counted as outside. This is now outside because, of course, we've dug a big hole. We've dug a great big hole in the top of it. So yes, now this thinks it's outside. So it's 35.7 degrees down here. Now, fortunately, we did put these doors in. These doors are keeping our main sort of food stores a little bit cooler. So they're 9.1 degrees C, the actual food stores. That's 9.5. So they're not too bad. They're not, completely sweltering with 35 degrees C of heat. But this bit here is. And in fact, this food here, these red currants, they're not going to last at all, are they? 3 days until they go a bit mouldy. So we have some work to do down here as well. I think maybe expanding the food stores would not be a bad thing because this one is obviously full. So we need to have a lot more storage for food. And then also, securing that hole just there. The only thing is I'm not entirely sure what to do. I don't really know what we can do with this. Unless we put some blocks back into there and then we just turn that round a bit. We could turn that round. That would not be a bad thing, would it? So fill that in with something, wooden things or clay or something, just some blocks, and then turn that round and have them work on that. Dig that bit out possibly. That might work. I think that might be our best option. So, okay, right, let's try and sort this out. In fact, you know what? We need to wait for people to wake up first, don't we? We actually need people to be sort of, conscious and such like that. Might help quite a bit. Yeah, okay, what we'll do is let's go back up to the surface. Okay, now we might just have to let that just, be exposed to the horrible temperatures just for a day until everybody wakes up at, what did we say? At about 6 o'clock. So 6 o'clock people will wake up. They have a little bit of leisure time, which is very nice. And then 8 o'clock in the evening, they actually get on with some stuff. So let's go and do that, shall we? Let's just move time on until everybody wakes up in what? A little while. It's going to take a short while for them to wake up. But there you go. Enjoy your sleep, everybody. It's getting very, very ludicrously warm outside. It's proper toasty out there. You stay asleep until it's a lot cooler, folks. Okay, so as time has been passing, I have noticed a few sad faces around the place. A few big, red, unhappy faces appearing over people's heads. Uthred was one of those people. I assume it's because they're hot. I assume it's because you're incredibly hot. Okay, so a sunny day, Sunseeker. Oh, okay, now that's +8. You like that. You like the fact that it's hot and sunny. You get a mood boost from that. That's quite good. You slept in shared quarters. That's okay. Desperately thirsty. Okay, right. So you would like a drink of the alcoholic variety, and you are starving. You're ravenous. Oh, okay. Right, you're incredibly, incredibly hungry. He's going to die if he doesn't eat anything soon. I mean, I know I told you to go to sleep, but don't go to sleep to death. Go to sleep and eat something. There you go. Pop down into the food dungeon. Go and grab yourself a nice bite to eat. I noticed they eat down here. I mean, there is, an entire setup over here where you can go and eat your food. But I think what we might do is we might add a little eating area down here as well. So they can grab their food and then go and sit down at a table and eat it. I think that might be quite nice. That might be quite a luxurious thing. Because surely that's going to make them a bit happier. If they can sit down and enjoy their food, that's got to be a bit of a mood boost. We might get another one of those tables down there under the ground somewhere. Okay, so Uthred, are you now happier? You're not hungry. Yeah, okay, you're all fine. You ate an exquisite meal. Oh, we've been cooking fancy meals over here, have we? In our wonderful sort of fireplace type thing. Okay, that's good. Right, and now it's 6 o'clock. And look, everybody is up and about. Where is everybody? Hang on. Everybody is running over to get a drink. Everybody is running over to have a bit of, what are they growing in here? This is the beer, is it? Is everybody running over to just grab a beer? Start their day off with a beer. Yep, look, everyone's just getting sloshed. Brilliant. Okay, hang on a minute. Can we have a look here then? Hang on. Desperately thirsty. So Galfred, desperately thirsty. Galfred now having some of the beer. Very nice. And is that going to go away? Galfred, where are you? Yeah, there you go. Look, Galfred's had a little bit of a tipple to start the day, and now he can just get on with stuff, and he's a bit happier. I love that they don't go for food. They don't go for food first. No, straight over to the beer. Okay, there we go. Right, so now we're waiting. And that was wine. Of course it was. The beer is just there, isn't it? I think that's the beer. This is the wine. Okay, so everybody started the day with a lovely bit of rough wine. just to pick yourself up a bit and get yourself going. Right, okay, how hot is it outside now? It's 29.3. That is certainly a lot more manageable. That's much better. Oh, look, this is what we wanted to see. People all sort of around here having a nice bit of food. Are they drinking still? Are they still drinking? You're all going to be absolutely drunk. Yeah, can we see if there's an effect if they're drunk or anything? Can we see that? No. You ate at a table though. They do like eating at a table. Okay, maybe they were eating. Maybe they were eating and drinking. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, whatever the case, everybody seems quite happy all of a sudden. Everyone seems very much happier than they were while they were starving and such like. Right, let us go and sort out the food dungeon first, because this is kind of our main area of concern. We do not want all this to go horribly wrong. So, go down to here. That's where the hole is. So what I think we do is, I think we mine that bit and that bit. Do you know what? We could mine those bits as well, as long as it's a bit separate. So there we go. So we'll mine those bits there. And then what we'll do is, that's just turning carcasses into raw meat. So we will deconstruct this because we still can't move things, unfortunately. We can't just pick that up and turn it round. We have to take the whole thing apart and rebuild it. So there we go. Right, so somebody, I imagine, will come down here and get on this. Bernard having a spot of food, very nice. And there he is, sort of floating as we would look at it and having his food. Okay, so that's good. And then I think what we'll do is we'll dig out a little bit more stuff. There we go. Bernard doing some brewing of the beer, because the beer was that way, wasn't it? The wine was sort of facing that way, and the beer is that way. Okay, wonderful stuff. There we go. Cuppa dismantling all this stuff. What we'll do is as well then, let's mine out a few more bits there. So a bit like that. In fact, I think we can probably go as far as that. I think that's what we can do. And then I think people said it was 6 tiles away from beam until the roof falls in, which is bad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll play it safe. We'll put another beam in there. And, thank you, autosave. And another beam in just there, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, that room's smaller anyway. Hang on a minute. Let's make the room the same size. There we go. And then, can we have, down here, just a little sort of eating hall, if you like? Like a place like that. Is that too big? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, but hang on a minute. Hang on. We might need to get a beam into there. We might need to put a beam in. So we'll do that. We'll put a beam just there to support this side. And maybe a beam just there as well. Beams for everyone. I like the beams. The beams make me feel safe. And like, yeah, the ceiling isn't going to fall in on our heads and such. Okay, right. And it's still heat waving outside. So we're getting the wibbly sort of, heat lines going everywhere. But, yeah, they're all going to go to bed soon, aren't they? They're all going to go back to bed very soon. But look at that, we've got fancy meals being made. Baldred is down here, digging out this new bit over here. And right now we have no ability to chop the meat. But we're not catching anything right now. We're not doing any hunting as it stands. Now we can fill this gap in. Okay, right, so let's go to here. I'm going to have to fill it in with something. Hang on, right. Is there thermal insulation? 0.93, 0.7, 0.75, 0.6. Right, clay is the best thing. So put that there. Build us some clay walls, please. That's going to be very handy. And now everyone is just very busily digging out these bits over here. We're digging out this bit. I mean, really, we should have done this in a slightly smaller phased approach. We just went, for the whole big bang approach. We went, yay, do all of this stuff all right now. But okay, that's fine. That's fine. I think everyone's gone back to bed. I mean, that was a very quick day. That was a very quick day indeed. Okay, wonderful. There we go. We have ourselves our little sort of underground food dungeon plan. So a little bit of extra space over here, extra storage over there, and a little kind of eating place over here. And I wouldn't mind expanding this place out a bit further to have even more stuff underground. So to have ourselves various, maybe some sleeping areas in case, baddies are running amok or something. We can defend ourselves down here. Maybe a place where we could, the heat wave has ended. Excellent. Maybe a place where we could all sleep down here if it gets too hot or whatever. That might also have been quite useful. Although to be fair, actually coming out at night time seemed to do the job. Settlers are starving. Okay, right, hang on a minute. Right. Can we put your schedules back to normal? Because you're all asleep right now. Bernard is hungry. Hang on then. So let us sort out Bernard's schedule. So go to sleep at... When did you go to sleep previously? I can't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8 hours. Let's give you 9 hours of sleep. So get up at 7 o'clock and then stripe that out like that. And then 8 and 9, have some leisure time. Right, so copy that. Paste that onto everybody. So everyone's back to normal. Someone, however, who was it? Somebody likes staying awake a bit, don't they? Who is that? I can't remember. It's Gracia. There we go. So yeah, she's a night owl, so she can survive happily with very little sleep. So she needs a lot less sleep. So how about she can get up a bit earlier, like I think she did before. So she can get up 2 hours earlier. So she can go to bed at the same time as everybody else, but she can get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, it just sounds horrible. It sounds very unpleasant, but there we go. So I think that should be pretty good. How much sleep is everyone getting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours of sleep. Is that a bit much? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Right, but there we go. So it's 4 o'clock, which means that people should now be all waking up. They should all wake up. There we go. So we got to the end of that hour. So everyone's then gone, oh, brilliant. Okay, heat wave's done. We can now go and do what we need to do. Wonderful. So we get some more work out of it. What are you mining there, Baldred? What are you mining? Oh, yeah, we told you to take down that bit of wall. Of course we did. Well done, Baldred. Yes, good mining. Good job, sir. And, yeah, have we built the clay wall? I think we have a bit of it. I think we have one bit of clay wall just there. Okay, that's good. It's better than no bits of clay wall. So hopefully the temperature down here will drop a little bit. How warm is it in there? 4.3 and 5.6. So how long until our fancy lavish food goes off? 10 days. Plenty of time. The smoked meat is not going to go off at all. That stew isn't going to go off. That's not. In fact, why is that going off then? It's not. Because the temperature has come down because of the time of day. Okay, wonderful. Right, there we go. Another day comes to an end. Crikey, they fly by quickly. I suppose that was a slightly odd day because we interrupted their sleep to wake them up, to tell them to go back to sleep again a bit later. And Gracia has turned 26. Happy birthday, Gracia. Do you know what? We can celebrate properly with lavish meals now. We can celebrate with proper lavish meals. So there you go. Stick a candle in a lavish meal and then you can enjoy this. Some herbs have decomposed on the stockpile. Is that in here? Are they herbs just there? Is that a pile of herbs? No, that's mushrooms. That's mushrooms. Do we allow herbs down here? Because herbs are a food thing. Hang on. Should we be allowing herbs down here? Yeah, they're not in there, are they? Hang on. They're not a stimulant. Hang on. Where would they be? Whereabouts would herbs be? I'm not entirely sure. They're not. What category would they go under? They're definitely not a meal. I wouldn't say eating some raw herbs would be delicious, but there we go. No, I don't know where they are. Where would herbs be in this grand list of things? Oh, they're materials. Yes, you can store herbs down here, please. Put herbs down there, and then do not store herbs in here. I imagine we're keeping them in here, are we? Yeah, don't put herbs in there. And in that one, don't put herbs in there. Keep herbs away from there. We'll keep them under the ground because, they're an edible sort of thing. Oh, this is very exciting. What's going on just here? Have we actually got some beer? The beer is fermenting. Okay, that's good. And our lovely wine is also fermenting. And I think some has just got completed. Where do they put it, though? I'm not entirely sure. Where does the wine go? Hang on, let's put back underground. Barking up the wrong tree. Oh, it's another person. They're going to have some people chasing after them. Okay, he was found, faint and bleeding, by a citizen of Geekhampton. From the axe and shattered lumber, Ethelmund, which is a wonderful name, had clearly experienced a woodcutting mishap. Would you let them stay and heal? Yes, absolutely we would. Yeah, hang on. Can we see what you're good at? So intellectual and speechcraft. Oh, okay. He's also got some perks as Ethelmund, but unfortunately I can't work out what they are, because if I try and put my mouse over them to figure it out, the whole sort of, pop-up goes away. So never mind. Yes, we'll welcome you in. Absolutely, Ethelmund. You come in. Let us see how badly damaged you are. Right, you are unconscious, I think. So are you going to, very dramatically, just kind of flop onto the ground? Yes, you are. Okay, right. Who is going to go and save our latest settler? Is anybody going to go over there? I mean, Cuppa would normally do it, I imagine. I think Cuppa is just grabbing a bite to eat. So when you've eaten, Cuppa, now you're relocating paths. Do you want to go and save poor Ethelmund, who's now out in the rain? Carry this settler to an empty bed, already assigned to... Oh, Uthred's doing it. Oh, yeah. Carrying wounded to a bed. Okay, this is good. This is good. Right, Ethelmund, pick them up, drag them over here. Yeah, they're leaking quite a bit of blood, is Ethelmund. Poor Ethelmund is not having a good time of it. Right, in you go. Ethelmund there. And then is anybody caring? Yes, Uthred is tending wounds. Well done, Uthred. Boom. Right. Ethelmund has stabilised. Right, what are these perks? Ill-favoured. You're born with a boss eye, which made it difficult to know where to look when speaking to him. Oh, come on, you can get over that. Goodness me. And you're a dullard. Oh, good. It takes him a long time to catch on to things, and he requires a lot of patience. Okay, so intellectual is -5. Wasn't that his strongest thing? His intellectual was 16. So if he didn't have that, his intellectual would have been 21. And he's very good at talking. Yet he's a dullard. Okay. Some slight sort of weird kind of perks going on to his actual stats. But okie doke, that's fine. And then how badly injured are you? Right, you're unconscious, of course. You have a deep arm laceration. but it has been treated and all of your sort of health bars here are green. They're going either up for hit points and blood and consciousness, or they're going down for pain, which is good. Okay, right. Well, welcome, Ethelmund. It's a time of great excitement round here. We've got the wall going on. We've got all sorts of exciting things happening. So yeah, you join us at a good time. Have we sorted out the hole in the thing? Yes, we have. Excellent. Okay, right. Let's just pop down here then. Just see what's going on. Right, there we go. So what we can do is we now need to get some flooring in. So we'll just have, in fact, hang on. Do we want to have stone floor now? Hang on a minute. Hang on. Thermal insulation of a floor, 0.6. 0.6 on limestone, 0.6 on wicker, 0.6 on wood. Do people walk any quicker on the limestone blocks? Because we have loads of them. We've got 172 of them. Yes, they walk a bit quicker, 120%. So people can move around a little bit quicker with the limestone block flooring. Yeah, let's get that in. Let's get that in. And then we'll have ourselves some wooden beams, because I do like a wooden beam. There we go, wooden beams. Yeah, how far apart are they? 1, 2, 3 and a gap. So 1, 2, 3, and then, yeah, down there. Okay, we're not quite ready for the wooden beam on this side yet, but we're getting there. And then, yeah, we'll replace all the flooring. We'll replace all of the flooring with lovely stone flooring, because we can. Baldred very busily digging away down there. Very impressive. Okay, that's good. That's good. What we'll do is, we'll just say, oh, hang on. Does that not replace... Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Do we need to... Where's deconstruct? Deconstruct that floor just there. Get rid of all of that flooring, please. That beam is in. Can we... Baldred, can we dig this? Can we just dig this so we can get the beam in place? I feel a lot happier if there was a beam in place just there. And wonderful. There we go. Right, and in goes one of our beloved beams. Yay for the beam. The ceiling isn't going to fall on us and kill us to death. Wonderful stuff. Right, they're taking the flooring out over there. So limestone flooring, limestone bricks going in, into there. Wonderful. That's going to look good. That's going to look very, very good indeed. And then when that's in, we'll put the sort of butchering table thing back in place. There we go. Perfect. The new bit of flooring is in over here. So now we can put in the butchery table. There we go. So butchery table, that can go back in just there. Some mushrooms have gone off. Yeah, we can see they're just there. Some slightly unpleasant looking mushrooms. What is the current temperature down here? 6.2 degrees C. So stuff is going to go off in 30 days or 20 days. Again, that's loads. That's absolutely loads of time. That's not so bad. However, oh, Thor's hammer. Oh dear. Okay, it doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound promising, but okay, maybe it's good. Unexpected thunder roared, crashing through the bruised sky. A violent presence, intruding like a bad omen, held echoes of a heathen god. Fork lightning flickered and blazed toward the ground, splitting a mighty oak. Oh dear. Okay, are we going to have some problems with possible fires? Is that what's going to happen? Okay, so there is a thunderstorm outside. I kind of feel like we should go up and have a look. There's so much food on the surface. There's so much food up here. It's just all sitting in piles because we've harvested it all, but we've got nowhere for it to go. Right, we need to dig out. We need to sort out the extra storage down there. But, okay, so thunderstorm happening. Looks... Oh, crikey. Yeah, Joe, what? Yep, there's some thunder there. Right, is this going to strike our base? He says, knowing full well that it probably will. Okay, move time on. Nice and fast. Settlers' wounds need tending. Yeah, we'll get to that. More concerned with being struck by lightning at the moment, because that would be bad. That would ruin people's days, wouldn't it? Okay. The lightning seems to have calmed down a little bit. And there we go. The thunderstorm has ended. So Thor was just feeling a little bit grumpy that day. He wasn't really feeling quite so sort of smitey as he could have been. Okay, fine. Right, back down under the ground we go. So here we go. Right, so we've got that in. That's good. We still need to dig out that one bit there. Right, hang on, Andrew. You're hauling. Can you just mine this, Andrew? I don't know how good you are at mining, but can you just mine this bit here, please? If you're not very good at it, it's good practice. It's fine. You can get used to this. And diggity dig. And boom. Right, okay. And then what we can do is we can expand this zone. So out that zone goes to just there. So that is a lot more storage over there. That is very, very helpful indeed. That's quite good. How are they doing over here? That's good. Right, this can also be expanded. So more storage just there, like so. And then what we'll do is Pause time for a second. Right, hang on. Deconstruct all of... No, not the beam. Not the beam. Leave the beautiful beam in place. We don't want everything to collapse. No, no. Stop selecting the beam, game. No, don't take my beam down. Never take my beam from me. There we go. Right, so take all of the floor apart, and that can be replaced with lovely proper stone flooring, and then we'll do the same over that side. But there is a bit more room now. They can store all of these things, all of these cabbages and carrots and berries and whatever else. But of course, everyone now is just going to sleep. Okay, fine. Off you pop. Go to sleep then. Right, is everything undone in there? I think it might be. So now, limestone block flooring and... Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Top-down view, because it's quite hard to do. There we go. Wonderful. So they should put those in at some point in the relatively near future, hopefully. Look at that. It's just piles of stuff. Just piles of things building up everywhere. Right. Ethelmund. What can we do with you? So, tending... No, let's not have you doing that. Convalescing, yes. Go and convalesce when you can. Right, you're very good at research stuff, so that's good. But I think we might make you our chief hauler. Let's have you just hauling, moving stuff around. You can be the sort of, you can be the logistics person. You can be the logistics manager, Ethelmund. That's very important. What else are your skills? Let's have a quick look. Where are they? They're just there. So intellectual, yep, got that. Speechcraft. So is there a talking to people job? No, there is not. Everything else seems a little bit sort of average, I suppose. Carpentry, maybe we could put you on a 2. And mining. You're not so bad at mining. We do have quite a bit of mining to do, so you can go onto a 2 for mining as well. But yeah, priority big job number 1, haul. You can just move all the stuff around, because we have a lot of stuff that does need to be moved, and you can be the man to actually do the moving of the stuff. It's a very important job. Okay, well that didn't last long, did it? They've already filled up the available spaces for raw ingredients. We need a lot more space over here. So what I think we'll do is, we'll get them to finish this. We've said, right, put down some lovely stone flooring in this little bit here, and in our sort of prepared food room over here, there is some research available. Hang on, game, hang on. We've got 22 textbooks. We've got some fancy new research things. Okay, that's good. So 100 chronicles, 22 textbooks. Okay, now maybe we could bring down the amount of chronicles we produce, because I don't know how many we need. 30 for that, 30 for that. Oh no, we need loads. We still need loads of chronicles, slightly less textbooks. Okay, so what do we go for? We could go for wooden weaponry too. That is flails and flails. Okay, hang on. What? A two-handed flail and a regular one-handed flail. Or armor 2 means we can have mail armor and mail helmets. Shields 2, we can make a proper shield. Preserving food, packaged meals. Okay. Fermenting. That means we can make vinegar. And if we can have vinegar, that means that we can have ourselves pickled vegetables. And pickled vegetables have a very long shelf life. That sounds like a good idea. That sounds like a clever idea. I think we go for that. Furniture 2 is a variety of exciting quality tables. Okay. Steel is, steel, kind of important. Axes are, as it says on the tin, and maces are as you would expect. Crossbows, however, that could be interesting. Upgrade the archers to go to crossbows. That could be very good. Okay, that's certainly worth thinking about. I think we might get that next. I think right now, get fermenting. Let's try and get some vinegar. Then we can get pickled food. We can get pickled vegetables and such like. And that means that, we'll get a food supply that can last for an awfully long time. And then we'll get crossbows 1. Because I think that sounds quite good. Upgrading from longbows, which are good anyway, to crossbows. That's got to be a good thing. But right now, there we go. We shall unlock the secrets of vinegar. Now, how we make that, I don't know. Is there a vinegar station or something? How do we make vinegar? Is it going to be over here somewhere? Is it here? That's pickled vegetables. It needs vinegar. It needs 10 vegetables and 3 preservatives. Okay. How do we make preservatives? There. Over in the brewing stations. Okay, so how about we make some vinegar as well and do until we have, 25. I don't know. I'm just making it up. There we go. 25. Splendid. Okay, so that's that sorted. And then we have no more research to do. We can just pop back down. Possibly not that quite deep under the ground. Hang on a minute. Hang on. There we go. That's a bit better. Right, we need to expand this room out a little bit. So I think what we'll do is we'll dig out another kind of bit across this way, like that. Hang on, how far is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we can put another beam in to stop the roof from falling in. And then what we'll do is we'll have ourselves a bit there and a bit there. And then we'll dig out another bit of room just here. We'll dig out another room like that, but just there. And then we can have that as storage as well, because we need a lot more space for all of our raw ingredients. Look at that. That's full, and I can still see things scattered around on the surface. Well, there's certainly a bit less, but there we go. That's no bad thing. Having loads of extra space underground is certainly not a bad thing at all. We need to get rid of all the sort of wooden flooring from down there. We'll wait until they've sorted that bit out over there, and that bit there as well. In fact, we don't seem to have... Oh, there we go. No, we do. The limestone bricks. How much limestone do we have? Where's that? 203. We're actually... I mean, we're not running out. We're running a little bit low on the limestone. How about we just go and grab a tiny bit more, if you would be so kind. Just outline that just there. That'll be quite nice. And yeah, there's loads of food on the surface. There's carrots, piles of carrots. These vegetables have gone off. These carrots here are going horribly mouldy because they're just out. So yeah, look, we've got loads of stuff. Absolutely loads of things that need storing away down in our food dungeon. And we just don't have the room. So I think, yeah, that upgrade there, that's kind of key now. That's really, really essential. We get that done very, very quickly. Okay, Baldred is doing good work over here. Let us expand this stockpile here just to make sure that we can bring stuff in from the out of the heat of the summer sun. There we go. So, not much storage space, but a bit extra. That might be able to accommodate some more carrots or fruit or whatever. What's that kind of there? Beets and stuff. So that might help out a little bit. I mean, look at that. It's already filling up. It is already filling up very quickly. But if we get that bit done and then have another room as well, that's got to be a good thing. And I think Cuppa is helping out a bit too, which is all very good indeed. So there we go. There we go. Right, this is all looking good. What's the temperature like down here? So 3.3 and 4.4. Quite a way it's a bit warmer over here as opposed to over there. But whatever the case, it's a warmer part of the world over here. I don't know. And then we have our little room over here as well. What I was thinking was, hang on, we need to expand that out eventually. Let's not do that now, actually. Let's get our extra bit of sort of raw food storage dug out. But what we could do is, we could have a bit over here, and then we could store beer over here separately. We could store the alcohol over here. Maybe we have the alcohol in a little sort of room over there somewhere. That might be a good idea, just to keep it separate from everything else. I assume they just put it into... Yeah, there it is, look. There it is. Oh, that's pickled vegetables. We've already got pickled vegetables. Where do we put the booze then? Hang on. Alcohol. Yeah, we don't put it down here. I kind of feel like we should put it under the ground. It would make perfect sense if it went under the ground to keep it, nice and cool and what have you. Why don't we just have another stockpile kind of over here just for alcohol? We won't have a room for it. We just have a separate stockpile for it. So how about we zone out a little bit of extra digging just there. And I know we're giving them a lot to do. We're giving them possibly far too much to do than they can actually cope with, because another day has gone by and we've dug out some tiny bits of stuff over here. Do you know what we can do though? Hang on. Go to there. Expand the stockpile. Fill up all of that available space. And coming up to the surface for a little bit, because we have been under the ground, haven't we, for quite some time. We've been paying quite a lot of attention to the food dungeon, and quite rightly so, because, we need food to survive. Otherwise, everything is going to go quite horribly wrong. But coming up to the surface for just a short while, we can see that they have built this sort of limestone block Merlon thing in its proper location. So it does stick out. It sticks out over the edge of the wall, and then it has these kind of supportive kind of legs, struts, whatever they are, those things there. So I think what we need to do is, I like it looking like that, because that's how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to look like this. So we get rid of all these. Now, can we double click? Yes, we can. And then we just unselect. Oh no, that's selected a bit of wall. Not a bit of wall. And now I'm selecting all sorts of bits of wall. No. Right, hang on, Gabe, hang on. Can we just do it where we don't see that one at the bottom? Like that. Double click. It's not picked that one. Yay, right. And can we... Oh, hang on. I need to get rid of the corner section. Right. Deconstruct all of those. And then deconstruct the corner. Deconstruct all of those things there. And I realise that we are giving you far too much stuff to do. There we go. RJ is absolutely on it right now. RJ is all over it. They're taking out the floor as well. Hang on. Why are you demolishing the floor? I don't want you to demolish all of the floor. Right. Okay, so it seems that taking out those things also demolishes lots of stuff around it. Or not? I'm a bit confused as to why this is all falling on their heads. Don't take damage. Don't take damage from things falling on your heads. Right. So it looks like now we have to build the entire of the sort of the pathway over there again. Oh. Okay. Right. Well, there we go. Hang on a minute. What time is it? 5 o'clock. Everybody's gone for a drink. Hang on. When's your leisure time start? Your leisure time starts at 8 o'clock. Come back here. Stop downing the terrible wine or the ale or whatever it is. And come over and finish what we need you to do. Just pop off for a drink. The pub's not open yet. Look at that, though. They all love it over here. They're absolutely obsessed with that over there. Right, back down to the food dungeon. How is it looking? Right, that bit is looking wonderful. So, expand that out to just there. Excellent. And you know what? Because we need one lovely, lovely wooden beam about there. I think that looks even. And we'll have another wooden beam just there, which is very nice. And then this bit here, let's expand that bit out, actually. Let's get this bit expanded out just a tiny bit more. And then we'll have ourselves a new default stockpile. Nope, that's kind of put it on top of the beam. No, not there. Not there, game. Underneath. There we go. Like that. And this stockpile here, clear all. It can be for all of the beer. So alcohol, ale, beer, and rough wine can go just here. Let us store all of our booze under the ground here. It can be kept nice and cool because, yeah, if you're going to have a lovely beer, you kind of want it cold, I guess. Maybe ale, not so much. You can have ale sort of a bit warmer. But yeah, if you want a nice glass of wine or a nice beer or something, you kind of want it a little bit cool. So there we go. We'll keep it down here. 2.3 degrees C under the surface there. That's pretty good. And because it needs it, let's just pop some more flooring in. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, right. That's good. Over here, we need to sort the flooring as well. But we've got some other jobs for them to do. So we'll leave that for now. Got some beams to go in, some other flooring over there. So back up to the surface we go. How does this look over here? Right, okay. So our defences are now a bit broken. They're a little bit ruined over here. Okay, that's fine. And also what we're going to do is we're going to do something a little bit different over here. I was thinking about this. I was pondering this one night while the telly was on. I was sort of, not really paying attention to what was on the telly. I was kind of thinking about how we can make the best out of a little sort of a little entryway here. And I was thinking what we could do is if we made this a bit wider. So we made this a little bit wider and then we have ourselves walls at the front. So yeah, on the second level. So we have a path going through the middle which is too wide. Then walls going up the front to protect people and walls going around the side. And then we have the merlons sticking out. We can have ourselves archers up here. People walking through the gap. The archers can fire down on them, but nobody can fire at the archers from outside. So we build kind of a little arrow tower or something like that. It will require a little bit of effort to get it in, I think, but I think it's going to be worth doing. So how about, no, we don't take all of that down. So let's work on this bit here actually. So dismantle all of that and don't take that bit out because that could be quite useful. That's a handy bit of floor that we could use. We might need to fill some more of that in, but that's absolutely fine. So take that down. And then take down, I think, these wall sections here as well. So take down, thank you, autosave, take down those bits there. So that side can remain in place. That's absolutely fine. But then, yeah, this bit here, this bit needs to be sort of adjusted ever so slightly. Stew has rotted on the stockpile. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure we've still got plenty of other food stuff to eat. What have we got? We've got 300 bits. Hang on, that's all the raw stuff. Got so much raw food. 13 roasted meat, 13 lavish meals, 1 solitary sad mushroom, 78 stews, 20 pickled vegetables, 52 smoked meat. We've got loads of food. We've got absolutely loads of food. We might not really need all of this kind of excessive farming stuff. We might possibly not need to do all this. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We just keep expanding the underground storage and then we'll never run out of food and it shall be glorious. Okay. Right, so back over here. Nobody's doing anything with that quite yet, unfortunately. Okay. Right. Now what we might need to do is as well, we'll have a look at what's going to happen with this. They need to take this apart first. My plan is for them to take all this down, remove all of this stuff. Here we go. Hittity hit with hammers. There we go. We get some bricks back, which is very nice. Okay. There we go. So that's good. That's all done. They move that out of the way. Right, now what we do is, let's go into here. And we'll get ourselves not clay walls, but lovely proper limestone brick walls. So what we need to do is, if we say, okay, let's have a bit going in like that, and then that means that we can then have a wall across the top. So what we're going to need to do is, we're going to need to build that across there as well like this. So what we want is a bit of wall across here, and then across like that. So let's just put them on the top for now, just so we can see how this is going to work. Like that. And then that can quite happily sit just there, actually. That's not so bad. And then we can have the merlon things sticking out. Over here is what I thought. In fact, to give us a bit of extra protection, is it not worth having a bit like that? And then, go with me on this. Go with me. This might not work at all. This might be terrible. Right, hang on. Corner bit of this. So can we have a corner bit sort of sticking out across the edge there? No, we can't. Maybe we can't do it. Ah, no, it needs floor. It needs to attach to flooring. Hang on a second. Hang on. Right, so flooring on top of there. Very nice. And now, can we attach some merlons onto there? So then we have a corner piece of a merlon going on like that. And then we have ourselves a couple of straight bits of merlon going there and there. So that means if we have that kind of replicated on the other side, then we can have ourselves a bit of a sort of a trap corridor. Although, do we even need them sticking out? Do we even need... I suppose that's okay, isn't it? That's okay. That's not so bad. That would work, I think. It's a little bit elaborate, but I think it will work. Do you know what? We've got so much raw food right now. Why don't we just make some more food with it? Then that means we get to use up some of our raw resources. That frees up storage, and then we can have lots of extra food, which is no bad thing. So how about we have 150 meals prepared? Because we have got a lot more people now. Got a lot more people. And then have up to 20, let's have 25 lavish meals. And then in terms of pickled vegetables, let's get that up to 100. And one more. There we go. So a lot more cooking involved, but I think that's fine. And that just uses up more stuff. And then, of course, that means that we have less stuff clogging up this bit here and more stuff over here, because the actual prepared food kind of storage area is relatively empty. It's quite empty compared to this one, which is absolutely, utterly rammed. It's got barley in it and such like. Does that go off very quickly? No, it does not. No, it does not at all. It's a little bit warmed. I know, ground type. Of course, yeah, we've not sorted the floor out in there. And I'm aware of that. We do need to do that at some point. But, yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that at some point in the near future. Have they worked on that? Yes, they have. Right, so there's proper flooring going on in there. And some beer and such like. There's some beer. And there's some... What's that there? Is that wine? Some beer and some wine. That's very nice. Some stew's gone off, but never mind. That's fine. We've got loads more of it on the way. And now, yeah, we need to sort this out over here. And, yeah, we need to do the floor. Do you know what? Let's do the floor now. Let's do the floor now. The only thing is, this is going to be quite tricky to do. Hang on. Hang on. Can we click on wooden floor? Can we sort of double click wooden floor? Multiple selection. Wooden floor. And then limestone. Oh, no, we've picked all of the floor. Hang on. Hang on. Right. Pop out that way. Just say... hang on. This is... it's hard to click on the floor when there are many other things above the floor. Hang on a minute. No, I don't want to select all the cabbages. Nope. Again, that's selecting all of the... And as much as I love the cabbages, we don't want to select all of the cabbages. Okay, hang on a minute. Hang on. Is there a way where we can just click the floor now? No. Stockpile or red currants? Oh, no, there's no floor just there. That's why. Hang on a minute. Wooden floor. Okay. Now, what does that... Can we select all of the other bits now? No, we can't. Okay, I don't know how to do this. Right. What we could do is we could add a bit of wooden floor in just here, say, and then go click, click, and then it just selects everything else. Oh, there's a bit there, look. But that selects all the floor. We don't want to pick all of the flooring. We just want the wooden floor. Please. Not that. Wooden floor. But then it picks all the... Okay, right. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Do you know what? We'll just go and deselect everything. It's fine. No, now we've added roasted meat. Now it's all going to... I'm just going to go and pick the flooring out. I'm sure there's a better way to do it than I'm not succeeding at. But yeah, we'll get the flooring sorted. There we go. Some very careful deconstructing there, so we didn't take apart the beams and what have you. But there we go. Right. They'll hopefully get on that. Lost property. We've got some more people coming. Oh my word. Appearing deranged at first, Isabella was simply overcome with terror. A pitiful stumbling corpse with wheels from binding and harsh beatings by a cruel master. We've seen this before. Isabella begged, hide me. I will die if I am caught. Okay, so we tell her to go away, which is not what Geek Hampton is all about. That's not what we do here. Or we try to help her. What is she good at? She's an ambitious reeve. She's actually not brilliant at many things. She's quite good at botany. So she's quite good at dealing with plants. That could be quite helpful, I suppose. Another person out on the farm would not be a bad thing. And then maybe we could free up somebody who does a lot of farming to go and do something else. And she could take over. Yeah, absolutely. In you come, Isabella. Enemies are coming in 1 day and 12 hours. Okay. Right, so we need to sort out some weapons for people and some armour possibly and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we've got a little while, got a tiny little while to do that. How is this looking over here? Now, of course, they're going to come and attack from here, aren't they? They're going to attack across the back. Now, it has been pointed out what we could do. We could remove the ramps, because there are a number of ramps that they can use to get in. If we take the ramps down, that means they can't attack from here. And then, can we use our overly elaborate construction thing over here to actually at least get some shots in on them? Now, this bit over here, completely broken now. No use at all, completely rubbish. But could we actually use our fancy new bit just here? I do not know. I think that's what we'll do. Let's take out these ramps, and then what we'll do is we'll just put some stairs in. Just put some stairs in over to there, and that's absolutely fine. Because then, we're in control of the stairs. So, deconstruct the ramp. And then, somewhere in there is a ramp. I think it's there. There we go. Take apart that ramp as well. That means they can't get down to us. I mean, they could just, jump off the side, but they don't do that in this game. It's fine. They can't do that. So yeah, we'll see how we get on with that. We'll see if that actually does anything at all. I kind of like them to finish this. At least half of this construction over here. Is Ethelman coming over to dutifully work on that? No. Ethelman picked up some limestone, which is good, because that's what we've told him to do. But I would like it if someone could, finish this. It kind of looks half finished. They've done a bit of work on it, but they just left it in sort of, bits and scaffold and rubble. Can we finish this, please? It's important defensively. So Isabella's jobs, yes, one for convalescing, that's quite good. And then, yeah, you can have quite a bit on growing and harvesting, because you're good at that. That's what you like, you're good at that sort of thing. And that means that Gracia, she's quite good at growing and harvesting. We'll put her as 2 and 2 on that, because then she can have construction. Construction of 11 she's got. So why don't we make her construction priority 2? And that means that she's going to build things before she goes and does any kind of farming stuff. That's got to be useful. And then is anybody else good at construction? Baldred's quite good. Baldred is quite good. Do you know what, Baldred? Construct things before we need to mine things. Because you are quite good at that sort of thing. There is Baldred over there. Now, does that mean that he's now going to run over here and get building? This is wonderful. This is what we want to see. We wanted to see this, really. Get this done. There we go. Build the merlons and such like. Build all these things over here. There's a deer gambolling by. But there we go. What are you working on there? Oh, you must have been working on something over where I couldn't see. There is this one underneath. Which, I mean, do we necessarily need that one underneath? I kind of assumed that we'd need it to support the one above, but clearly not. Clearly it's not required. It doesn't work that way. But there we go. Look. We've got little sort of defences on the side now. And then what we do is, if we mimic that, sort of mirror that just there, we can put people here on the sort of ramparts, if you like, and then they can fire through. Why do they look terrible? Why do they look rubbish? Oh, we've put limestone ones in and not fancy ones. We've not put limestone block ones in. Oh, they look awful. No. Sorry, everybody. I know you just worked very hard, but they just look awful. They look shoddy and not becoming of Geek Hampton at all. Away with those things. Away with these inferior quality products and in with slightly better things. I can't help but notice there's a massive tree. Can we cut down the Scots pine? Oh, no. No. If we cut it down now, we don't get the maximum out of it. Okay, fine. No, we'll leave it there. That's huge. That thing is massive. It's growing right in this sort of, this sort of prayer area. But okay, that's fine. Right. Over here, can we do this properly? Right. Hang on a second, everybody. Limestone block merlons. Rotate, rotate. Yes, please. Yes, please. And then a corner one. How about we put that just there? Splendid. There we go. That's going to look significantly better. Right, so Baldra just finishing things off over there. Very good. Okay, so we have ourselves our little sort of tower bit over here. That bit's finished. And then, yeah, if we get those done in the next, 16 hours? I think Baldridge is working on the one down there, which is very good. There we go. Right, can we get these done, please? Because that would be great. They're kind of coming from underground, I suppose. That's a bit weird. That is much better. That is what I wanted to see. Oh, that looks very good. I mean, really, we could have an opening just there, couldn't we? We could have ourselves an opening there. Just put a Merlon hanging out the front just there, and then someone could fire through a gap over there as well. That would be worthwhile. But there we go. A tiny bit of defence. And then, yeah, we'll have ourselves people firing at other people down here. And then we can have the trap corridor kind of coming through that way or something. Kind of going over here, maybe. And then, yeah, then we'll keep all this space in here for ourselves. Okay, right. Happy with that. And research is available. Let's go for Crossbows 1. Let us unlock the power of the crossbow. Favoured by Genoese mercenaries, this bow gives flight to a short, heavy bolt that can pierce chainmail. So I imagine it's a tiny bit slower to fire than a regular longbow, but I imagine it packs more of a punch. So yeah, okay, let us unlock Crossbows 1, please. Oh, this is very exciting. We're getting some really good research in now. We're getting some very fancy stuff. Right, quick check. Food dungeon, how are we doing down here? It's looking okay. Have we taken up all of the floor in here? It looks like we have. Okay. Right, so final thing, limestone block flooring. Get that in all the way in there, please. Did that work? Did that work at all? Don't know where we just put the limestone block flooring. Not entirely sure that worked. Limestone block flooring? Okay, hang on. Something's going a bit weird with that. Why is that not doing what I'm expecting it to do? Is it putting it on the right level? Okay, now I'm baffled. Hang on. Things have been very confusing recently around here. Has it already got limestone block flooring? It's not. It's not got flooring in there, has it? We didn't put that in. No, it's got nothing in there at all. I think we have outlined that we would like limestone block flooring because it has got the outline on it. We will see. We'll absolutely see. How can there be research available? There's no more research available. So hang on, unpause. No, there we go. The game was paused, but it was kind of not taking into account the fact that we just did some research. Okay, what I think we'll do is we'll finish up for now. And then when we come back next time, what we'll do is we'll deal with these enemies, and then we'll try and sort out our bit just here. So try and sort out the other side of this. And then we'll get on with building the trap corridor a little bit. Because we haven't actually built the trap corridor. We've got plans for fighting people and a bit of defence, but we've not actually got the trap corridor sorted. And then we'll try and take out these ramps. In fact, we might prioritise somebody to go and chop those down. Because, in fact, that one's gone. That ramp has gone. So if we get rid of this one, then we should see the enemies, I imagine, they'll come through this way. They'll come this way and come through this hole in the walls. And then we can defend ourselves a bit better up on the top of the walls with our archers. If we could build a crossbow, that would be useful. Actually, hang on a second. Hang on. What do we need? 35 wood and 2 mechanical components. We have many of them. Got 5 of those. Do you know what? Get one of those done. Build a crossbow. If you can get a crossbow done in the next 14 hours, I shall be mighty impressed. But there we go. I think what we'll do is we will leave it there for now. Come back next time, see how we get on against our next round of enemies, and then we just sort of carry on working on our defences over here, try and get the wall sorted, get some trap corridor, dig out the rest of the moat, try and do the grand sort of food dungeon expansion, get the little table in as well, get the nice sort of dining area underground sorted out with the table and chairs and what have you, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But yeah, we're doing really well. I think we're doing quite well indeed. I mean, yeah, we do need to put the defences back on top of the walls because now we have the stairs to nowhere. We have these stairs that go nowhere at all. But do you know what? That's fine. That's fine. We're working on it. We're going to get there. It's going to be glorious when it's all sorted. But yeah, it's going to take a little while. We shall get on with it next time out. Hopefully you are still enjoying this. If you are, please do leave a like. That would be most marvellous indeed. And also, if you're not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with how we get on here next time out in Going Medieval. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time. Right, if we connect to there and open the door, we're going to get vaporized by this laser. And there's an electronic thing, which looks like a sad kind of Game Boy. I'm a tiny little sort of stick person in a computer. I can't steer the train as such. And look, we are outside and we're in a gutter. Oh, happy days. Hello, Leaf.